Thank you for tuning in. Weapons Education. I'm in a warm mood tonight, feeling good. Hey, you might notice there's an echo in the room. I'll explain it. We're about to do a video I titled Gun vs. Knife. We'll talk about that, but I have to explain this echo. I wanted to keep it a secret, but it's impossible now because we're in the 50% done with construction of what I call my studio here. So let me show you what's going on. I did do a video completely from day one of the construction, and as all the work's been going on each day, I've been doing videos of it so you can see the beginning and then the end. But right now I have to explain to you what the echo is all about because I'm standing here in this huge room with this huge concrete floor, and let me show you what I'm talking about just briefly, and then we'll get into the video. Okay, I'm going to walk over here. Please pan over, thank you. So you see what I did was I closed in this whole area. As promised, I'm building a real true cool studio for us to do a lot of fun stuff. It's a big room, I think it's like 30 by 20, so you know, it's like 600 square feet. And what I can do is put all this really nice gun stuff on the wall, posters and really nice stuff, and picture frames of nice gun paraphernalia. But what I can do is stand here in this section at night, whether it's raining out or anything like that, no matter what the temperature is. I'm in an air-conditioned, controlled room now, finally. And that's what I'm just explaining to you is what the echo is all about, because it's 50% finished. So this is where I can show you concealment options and all these different things. I'm going to sit back down now and get on with the video. All right, let's talk about this concept. Gun versus knife. Here's a nice 1911. Take a nice close look at that, please. Beautiful. Smith & Wesson. This is model SW 1911 SC. Oh, and this is light as a feather, 25 ounces. I've done a review on this. It's got 1,000 rounds through it, this 1911. It's just absolutely beautiful. I think one of the prettiest 1911s on the planet. But the concept of this video is gun versus knife. And this is not really a winner, but what I want to get the point out is they play a role. Let me just show what's on the table here. I have the Springfield XDM 45 ACP, really sweet. I love this gun. The way the ergonomics on this gun, the thick gauge polymer on this gun is just absolutely amazing. Just perfect. I have a revolver. This is all the guns are safety checked, of course. This is my 44 Magnum from the Performance Center at Smith. This is my favorite revolver, I think. I've got about 7, 8 revolvers, I think. If you want me to do more revolver reviews, like put them all out on the table and do a contest versus all of them, maybe it's Taurus Judge versus this or that or 686, let me know. Because revolvers are pretty sweet. I mean, what does the 1911 hold? Sometimes 7 plus 1. Of course, you got the round advantage, but nothing to sneeze at carrying 6 rounds of 44 Magnum on your waist and a little snub nose like this. But let's keep talking about gun versus knife. I'm going to show the knives on the table. I'm a huge cold steel buff, and we're not going to get into individual reviews of each knife. I'll just touch on them. But the AK-47 is one of my favorites. The Espada series is my favorite. I have 2 of the extra larges, and I'm so glad I do. These were pricey when I purchased them. I purchased them direct from Cold Steel when I did. And now they're extinct. Supposedly, Cold Steel says, well, tell your customers to come back in 2 months for the polished, beautiful, high-end Espada series. Extra large, and also the large now. All of a sudden, overnight, was extinct. Maybe they'll come back, maybe they won't. I do not know. The only thing left in the Espada series on the super high-end polished series is the medium size. And I just scooped up over 100 of them. First I bought 30, then I bought 30 more, then I bought 30 more, and I got over 100 of them. And I'm going to do a special here at the end. If you're into this, if you want to get last licks before this one comes extinct, I'm going to give a really good deal on these blowout at the end. So give them back to you guys if you're interested. We did real well with the TA20s. I can pretty much give it back to you what I paid. So if you want a really nice, this is just for the viewers. Don't use the coupon code when you buy this, but I'll tell you how to buy it at the end. The Espada series, medium, is on the table. Oh, this Spyderco, I love Spyderco. We're going to talk more about Spyderco a lot. This is the paramilitary. Please zoom in real close on this blade. Oh gosh, this thing feels good in your hand. Very sharp, out of the box, very light. A lot of these Spydercos in this exact model, the paramilitary, this exact color, for some reason sold, like 25 of them or something. Please PM me and let me know what you think of it after you received it. You all have them by now. Let me know what you think. Send me a PM so I can do a review on these. I'm not an expert on anything. I'm in financial planning, and I tell you right now, after 30 years, I'm still not an expert, because when do you become an expert? You never become an expert. The expert is a word I don't like. I just have a passion for things, like we all do. My financial planning business, I have a passion for, and I just strive to do better and better and better. My hobby of guns and knives, I strive to do better and better and better. Bringing videos to you, as you can see, I'm building a studio. I'm trying to do better and better and better. It's the best I can do as a human being. Let me know though, if you bought this, let me know what you think of it. Benchmade, I'm a huge Benchmade fan. This one's really sweet. But let's talk about gun or knife. I'm going to tell you a story, and I spoke about this about 6 months ago. You probably didn't see that video, so all the new subscribers and viewers out there. And this is a true story. It happened about 6 months ago. True story, Fort Lauderdale. Now, what would you do in this situation? You're in a restaurant, kind of an upscale restaurant. Okay, so just envision this. You're sitting there, tablecloth, white tablecloth, you know, and the waiters are tuxedos and stuff like that. And at the nice bar way over there, you can hear an altercation between a patron at the bar and the bartender. They're arguing. So what happens is, over a $9 tab, by the way, the guy had like 2-3 beers and he got upset that his bill was like $9 or $10, and that was it. Guy leaves. 5 minutes later, walks back in with, I don't know what blade it was, but it was a big blade, and these can do some major damage. We're going to talk about it in a moment. Major damage. I don't know if I'd rather be shot or stabbed with one of them. I'm either one, of course, but he walked back in the restaurant and just started stabbing people at will. Injured about 9 or 10 people, massively. I mean, when they say injured, well, you know, did this guy lose a limb? Did this guy facetiously bleed? And, you know, what are their long-term effects to these poor people who were stabbed? He didn't even go to the bartender he had an argument with. Then he takes his big knife and he goes to the band, who would just happen to be walking off stage at that simultaneous moment, and he stabs the drummer in the chest, just out of the blue, and killed him. Poor guy with 3 kids, what a sin. By the way, when you're bad guys, when you kill someone, you're not killing one person, you're killing like 50 people, their whole family tree. Just think of it, the children that are affected, their children, their future children, the whole thing, how it spiders out, and the turmoil at that funeral, and for life, how everyone has to deal with it. I know when my dad got hurt as a cop, and he was paralyzed, and just still 30 years later, we're still dealing with it. But these bad guys, they got to be stopped. All right, let's talk about knife versus gun. Now, in that situation, what happened was, after he killed the drummer with the knife, all the people in the restaurant did whatever they could do. They grabbed a knife, a steak knife, they grabbed a beer bottle and smashed it, or a crystal glass and smashed it, and they jumped on top of this guy. But he's going like this, and he's stabbing everyone. Now, in this situation, what do you think would be better? Pulling a .45 and trying to blast through 4 or 5 people on top of him who are getting stabbed, and trying to make sure you only hit him and that your round doesn't ricochet or go through him and kill someone else? Or maybe the knife in that situation might be better. You just whip out a knife, go into that crowd of people hurling him, and take out the bad guy. As long as you can legally conceal all these things and do it correctly and follow the laws, obviously. This is all about knife versus gun. Well, there is no end-all answer. I think you should carry both because you just don't know. As a matter of fact, I got a PM from someone who's a martial artist expert. Now, in this field, I can use the word expert because he has the certain belts and he's moved up the ladder and he's a trainer and he's has got his own school. He's a true expert. And he sent me this long PM. You know who you are. Saying, he said, Tom, and the long story short, he goes, at my level, and none of us are at this level probably, but at my level, I would much rather defend myself against someone with a gun than a knife. They say don't bring a knife to a gunfight, but I tell you what, these knives, when you get someone on drugs and they're coming into a restaurant like the story I just told you, and they just start stabbing away, and they're gonna cut people up. And these things are extremely deadly, which by the way, that brings this to mind. A lot of these Espadas were sold on ArmoryExpressOutlet.com, all different sizes. The extra large, now we can get them in the G10 version. I'm shipping out like 10 of them tomorrow. 4 people now, the number's up to 4, almost lost their fingers. One guy really almost lost really lost almost 3 fingers. Be careful with these things. When I say they're sharp, everyone wants me to do an expedition of how sharp they are. Well, they're box cutter sharp. That's how sharp they are. Razor blade sharp. And they're heavy. And they got power. And when you close them, you don't want your fingers in there because it won't take much to do some massive damage. So please be careful, all right? So give me your input. We know that, of course, a gun is better than probably a knife. Like, you know, you get some guy walking into a convenience store and you're standing there and you can just shoot him and protect your life. But then again, a knife is quiet. A knife has no residual effects, collateral damage as far as where the round goes. It's quiet. You can certainly take them out if you practice with it and do extreme damage, extremely kill the bad guy quickly. So sometimes a knife, I think, is more appropriate than a gun. If you're at close range and you don't want to hurt anybody else. Round to go through the bad guy, or if you miss, you don't want to hurt innocent people. You don't want the rounds to go through walls. If you're in your home and you're in bed, maybe something like this is better for you. You know, someone tries to abduct a child in your home, home invasion. This is quiet. Just think about it. I'm just giving you something to think about. That's why I carry both, because, and I'm cognitive of it. I know, you know, I was a witness of a bank robbery. There's a bank right next to my office, adjacent to it. 3 or 4 times there's been bank robberies armed. One of them, I was a witness. I was standing right out front of the bank and the guy walked in with a 45 Glock 30 it was, it turned out to be. They caught him like a mile away, but like, I was like, you know, and I was armed, of course. You know, I see this guy walking in with a loaded gun, I can't just blast him away. I dialed 911 and blah, 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 and he didn't shoot no one, and then they caught the bad guy, but this stuff happens. So, knife or gun? Give me your input. What do you think? I say both, and practice with both, and get personalized training. Don't be out there and trying to be a Rambo. That's not what this is about. Let me tell you how to get a knife cheap right now at a really good price to my viewers, okay? These Espadas medium, which are the last line of Espadas that come in the high-end polished steel, the beautiful Espadas. And this is really the most realistic size. They're all good, the large and the extra large. I love them all, but this is the only one you can now still get. I have like a lot of them, like I said, but I'm going to do 4 to those 4 of you who act on this real quick. When I did the flashlights last week, I ended up, you know, I said I had 4 or 5, and I did, and I really had like 50, and they all sold, and I gave them to you at that price, the $74. That was that price then. This is this price now, so those of you who act, I'll keep my word and give you the price. They retail for $240, $144 for those of you who go to ArmoryExpressOutlet.com right now and buy part number 89. I'm just trying to make it simple for you. And it's going to say it's a Master Hunter Plus. It's just a different blade. It's just a way for you to buy the product at $144 before they're extinct. And it's very important that you put in the comment section, per Tom, this is for a medium Espada, polished, not the G10 version, the lower end, no, I shouldn't say lower, just the lower cost one, for the polished version. And then I'll get these out to you tomorrow, because I know within an hour they'll be out there and sold. But as long as this video is a premiere, I'll keep my word on this price. $144. Buy product number 89. Just go to the search box. It's called a Master Hunter Plus. Buy it, check out. Do not use the coupon code, and then you're good to go. And I'll ship out you with the medium Espada, brand new in the box while they're still available. But give me your input. You know, knife. How deadly is it? You experts out there with knives, a lot of you prefer a knife over a gun. You know, of course, you know, me, I've been talking about guns for so long. I love my guns, and the gun is my first line of defense, I have to admit. But it's nice to have a second line of defense also, and that's what this is all about. What's your opinion? All right. I'm going to check out. As you know, I'm trying to crank out these videos every single night. I'm doing my best, and thank you for tuning in and your support. I'm going to go right now and sit down and respond to about 50 to 75 PMs. What are you going to do? Are you going to go watch a movie, my wife?
We'll see. I'm not sure just yet.
You're not sure?
Probably
It's almost 8 p.m. You're going to get some sleep?
Yeah, it's getting late, so.
Well, we're doing our best, and thank you all for your kind comments. I'm here for you. You know that. I care about all of you. Bye.